Hello everyone and welcome to Smash Look at Infinifactory. Fraz here as always, and this is from Zachatronics. What is this game? Well, it is pretty much like a sandbox puzzler from the fine creators of the wicked SpaceChem. I hope a bunch of you actually know that. Only this time you have to assemble products, like a product line, create a product line for your alien overlords by creating build lines, like I said. So you have different factories in different ways, and obviously a lot of people are going to be finding crazy, wonderful ways, and you've got different things that will make up your score and stuff. But this is our cell. We get captured as we were driving down the street, and we have gotten a trophy for my first set of stuff, and I got a VH videotape that has armpits of iron. And then you get some pellets, like this some little hamster. Anyway, this window here actually will take us to all the puzzles. So we have Proving Grounds, which is the first bit. You've got Skydock, you Test Stone, and you get resources. So a Test Stone seems to be some area to actually create your own stuff. But what I want to first do is actually go to the options so you can actually see there's quite a lot. There is quite a lot. All this is rebindable. Audio has been broken down really well. And then you get mouse graphics, quality, field of view, all that good stuff. And I notice mine's at 91. It's meant to be at 90, but hey, oh, you know, there is a lot of options there, but it's quite nicely. Anyway, let us get into the main meat of the game, shall we? I'm going to go to the very first one so you can just see, you know, what it is. So I've got one solution there, so I'm just going to create a new solution so you can just see the very basics of what the game offers. So down in the left hand corner you'll notice there's a bunch of blocks. These are a bunch of blocks I've actually unlocked. You actually only start with a conveyor in this level. So what I'll actually do is I'll start with the conveyor only. So we have a selection of blocks going to come out of this sort of area that creates them, you know. And we have a nice little jetpack that we can fly around in, if you wish. And you press Control to come down, spacebar to fly. Now usually there is dead bodies lying around. I know it sounds pretty gruesome. They give you sort of little sound clips to somewhat story arc that's going on over the game. But basically your main aim is to create a production line that will produce and send these through, and we get 10 of each. So as we notice, this block has to go in there. This block has to go in here. So first of all, you can click and drag, and if you press Q and E, it actually allows you to flip that around. So that, and then if we hit E, no, not E, F, that's the button, and it will send these guys out, and you can press F to speed it along, and then, you know, you get that. So you're just gonna stop, press R to stop. So now we have to get this one over here, this one here. I have a feeling that I did, how did I do this again? That, yes, that's what I kind of done. Try to remember how I actually put this together, because I could potentially use this block if I wanted to, but I'm not going to, because that'd be really cheating in a sense, because I've already locked that. But some people might come back and be like, right, so how can I do this quicker, essentially, or how can I do it better? Now if I mind right, I brought this out from here. Just gonna put that there, and this one, ooh, this one needs to, because this comes up and around, so it's like that. No, not that one. Right click gets rid of them, you know, left click actually places it. There we go. That's that one created. We want that to, so it needs to turn around, but if I was to put that across this way, that would end up, because if I put that on that, that's just going to do that. What if we, that hold? Yes, that's going to hold. And then if we just bring this along here, it needs to be slightly higher than that, actually. What if we, ooh, see, we did this, and then did this, and then we did this. This is not how I did it last time, but this should potentially work. Or not, because that's not in the right direction. But you have to connect the conveyor belts to some sort of solid surface if you want them to sort of float in the air. I mean, that will hold that up as long as it has something that's connected to a surface of some sort. And then we just speed this up, and there we go. So now my best was 55, now it's 53. My best 48 now is 58. So you know you've got your cycle, your footprint, and your block score. So all those scores add up to stuff. So if I just continue to sell, we'll come back to here, and you've got a bunch of stuff. You can go performance review. I want to actually show you guys the sort of what happens when you do this. So you've completed all this, and then your alien overlord want to see it. Oh, it's not going to show me. God damn it. You go into a room and it comes up, you put on subtitles and it just says unintelligible audio, and then they give you a trophy and then some pellets, and then you're like, oh, okay, right, yeah, okay. But what I want to do is actually go into sort of a more complex puzzles that we get on, because some of this stuff, you know, unlock, because it'll tell you like some of the blocks, you unlock like platforms that's primarily used to support other tools, the welder, literally attaches blocks together. Some of the levels can get pretty insane. And then you've got the sensors, which are really cool. I think I want to do the musicians. No, maybe not the musicians. Maybe this one. Is it this one I want to try? Yes. We have a dead body. We're going to go over here and click.
Oh, wow. What is that? This must be some sort of shipyard. It's amazing. There are tons of ships here. Those little ones docking with that carrier, they must be shuttles or fighters. And oh, that one looks like a missile cruiser. Wow, this is a pretty serious armada. I wonder who they're fighting.
So you can see there's some sort of story going on. There's like battleships here. Now I just quickly put this down because we have 3 blocks to get in, like 10 in each, but we only have 1 of these. So we have some sensors. We unlock the sensors in this level, and it's kind of a little bit confusing in a sense, but this is one of the more basic puzzles. I say basic for a reason. And we want to no. If I could remember how I did this. Supposed to do this. Do that. Nope. And if we plonk a sensor here and put these here. So if I was to put a sensor here, swing that round. There's a little red bit is the sensor. You've got other ones like number 6 here. Now what that actually does is it puts the sensor at the bottom. It's the same with the welder, 3 and 4 are the welder, but the welder is upside down. That one's from the side, so you know you have that sort of access there. Now we don't want to use any welders during this one. We want the pushers, which are going to be these guys. Now to power them, we actually need this to connect them all. Or well, not so much power. Like they are powered, but they need something that tells them that they need to push. Hence the sensor. Not over there. So we have this. Now the idea is these 3 blocks are going to push across, and as soon as the third one comes out, so it pushes them, then that's going to hit and push them all down. At least I hope that's the plan. So we have this, and pop. So it seems easy at first. This game gets a ton harder, trust me. I'll try and show you one of the more complex levels. There we go. Continue to sell. And there we go. So we have shuttle propulsion or guided javelin. Which one do I want to do? Wave detection array? I want to try and do one that's kind of so complicated to the point. I might try a new one. Nah, I won't do a new one. I'll probably just get lost. What I'll do is a guided javelin then. We'll go with a guided javelin. Create a new solution. So this one we have to... Oh dear, jetpack. This one we have to actually create pillar like javelin, of course, and we have 3 blocks. So we hit this and we can see, right, okay, this one comes out more often than the other 2, so we have to create some sort of conveyor belt thing that takes them around, but we also have to merge them together. So I'm pretty much going to remember, hopefully, how I done it. I do this and then do this. They're gonna line up? Yes. And switch that around. Come down here. So the idea is we're gonna have to weld this in one way or another. we're also going to need to push it. If I'm trying to remember how I did this. So if we do this, and then get number 8, because we do bring this around and up. Now bear in mind, folks, this game can be tricky as hell. You guys will need to probably, and well, you could be really, really good. I mean, there's probably people that are really, really good that will follow YouTube videos and whatnot. I have done it at times to try and work out stuff, because there was ones I spent like an hour on just like, how does this work? Anyway, this is going to come there. So one of them comes out, 2 of them comes out. So that one goes down, 2 go down, link up. And then we need to bring this one round. But this one, I wish to be, how should I say, the one that kind of somewhat activates everything to go forward. Now this might take a little bit of a trial and error, I think. Nope. Swing that around, and there we go. Let's see how well this does. Right. So let's see how that goes. Because that will then push that, but then we have that happen. Let's see how this does. Is that gonna... Oh, it's a little bit early. Little bit early. So it's a lot of trial and error. But, you know, it's fun. It really is ridiculously fun, by the way. I've actually found myself as sitting there going, okay, yeah. And then the next thing is like, wait, where'd the last 3 hours go? Where that should be, because the idea is the top bit actually activates that to move. There we go. And if we speed this up a little bit. And that's essentially it. I mean, seems simple once you sort of work it out, but some of the puzzles are rather insane. Although this one's, like, you know, putting multiple components together. There's other ones that you have to, like, from what I've seen in videos, you have to put together like tanks. So it's like multiple bits. Put one bit together, put the middle bit together, put all 3 of those bits together, put the top on, then put it through the portal. I'm considering this a portal. So, you know, that's pretty darn insane. What I'll actually do is I'm going to test this one. And we'll see how we get on. I mean, like I was saying, you know, the music is pretty cool. I love it how it just gets so enveloped in the actual title. The graphics are sharp. It looks freaking cool. It looks really, really cool. And it's simple, sort of, you know, building your lines to put your stuff together, put it through the portal. You get the basic ones, and then, of course, you introduce the new blocks, and then on and that forth. But let's just do this, shall we? I'm just going to create a new solution. What have we got? Now, this one I haven't actually quite done. I couldn't quite work out what these are to do. The twisty things. We have actual twisty blocks that will So what do we got here? We have blocks that come down, and then we are we to what does that actually do? Alright, it imprints them. Ah, right, so that imprints them, and they need to be stuck together before they get here. So we're going to need welders, we're going to need twisty things. So wait a second. If they were to come down, if I was to place that there, so bring one, it goes like that, so it prints that. We do need to create some sort of line. No, wait. That's probably a very, very bad idea. This then creates this, but then that's going to imprint, and we need to imprint it the other way. So we only have one of these to do it on. Can I take these away at all? No, these are blocks that are in here. Okay, and they need definitely stuck together, so we will need a welding area. So, you know, think of it factory lines in a way. But am I going to want to? I get the feeling I want to turn it that way, actually. Because what I want to do is create something right here. That I'm going to need to bring up the menu. We have a 9, so rotator. Don't think it would matter which way we actually do it. I think. Oh no, wait. Ah dear. Don't actually know if this work. No, because that's just putting it that way. So, what I'm getting from this is we have to create something that, when it is here, the sensor will then flip the next one to be placed a different way. I think. No, wait. No, wait a second. It's a lot more easier than that, apparently. What this will do is create this, but then we want it to flip later on down the line. So once we get it down here, we want it to weld together. So we want to do something like this. No. Bear with me, bear with me. I have an idea, I think. Is that straight on? Yes. I think I have an idea. Because I was going to put this here and here. Because I want it to kind of go up this way. Once it's welded, right? But it needs to twist at some point down here before getting here. Unless it's... Unless we create a second conveyor belt that will link it to here. It basically brings it out from there. If we were to do this and then create one of these, because then we'd put that there. All about trial and error, folks. All about trial and error. So if we put the sensor here, I think. Let's see if this works. We'll soon see if this works. So that goes through. Right, so that's too far away when it's getting put together, so we do need something of a, maybe even, no, this I think needs to actually go down to about here, I think. Like I said, all about trial and error, figure it out. This might work. So we have that, and then, yes! Although, that's a major flaw in the system. That might work. Although there's nothing to now push that. Although now it's like that. What I would like to do is put one of these on top of that and put a sensor here. So when that's done, that will then push that away. This is getting really convoluted, isn't it? When one comes down there and puts it together, then it'll push that away. This is where it doesn't work at the very end, doesn't it? So that's twisted that one way, but I do need it to twist again. I haven't quite worked out these guys yet, so bear with me. If we put one there to do that, that maybe work? There we go. Aha! Yes! And now we have a conveyor belt going very well. You can see how fantastic you can create these little intricacies going on. And then we'll get all this, we'll start to unlock these guys. And you can see, this will tell you about the rotors, the rotator. Just had to do that. And you know, you get a bunch of other puzzles, but there's so much in it. And there is also Steam Workshop integration. The assets are everything. It's so much fun. It's addictive. You will love it. Anyway, folks, this has been Infinifactory by Zachtronics. This has been a smash look at the title, and I hope you've enjoyed. The Steam link's down below if you want to see more. I shall see you next time.